If you're a diehard Browns fan and love breaking down the game like we do, hit that subscribe button and turn on the bell so you never miss a blitz. The Cleveland Browns are trudging through one of the most challenging stretches of their season, and if you're a fan keeping track, the frustration has been palpable. With a 2-7 record heading into the recent matchup against the New York Jets, the team has faced a mixture of hope, heartbreak, and the relentless spotlight of expectations that come with professional football. In the middle of this turbulence, rookie quarterback Dillon Gabriel has been asked to navigate uncharted waters, learning on the job while facing the scrutiny that comes with starting under center for a team that has aspirations but is struggling to find consistency. It's a monumental task for any rookie, and yet, despite the hurdles, there's a narrative unfolding in Cleveland that speaks to resilience, trust, and the importance of leadership from unexpected places. That voice of support has come prominently from none other than star wide receiver Jerry Jeudy, whose unwavering confidence in Gabriel offers a glimmer of optimism in a season that has largely been defined by disappointment. Following the tough loss to the Jets, a game in which the offense struggled to find rhythm and momentum, Jeudy stepped into the media spotlight with words that carry more weight than the typical soundbite. In a room often rife with speculation about who might be benched or who could take the starting job, Jeudy made it emphatically clear that he believes in Dillon Gabriel, not just as a player, but as a developing quarterback capable of growth. "I think Dillon's constantly growing each game," Jeudy said, capturing the essence of patience and perspective that sometimes gets lost in the heat of competition. "Each game he has, I feel like he's just getting better and better, and all a quarterback needs is opportunities and consistency. So him being out there and just getting more reps is going to give him more confidence, and I see Dillon consistently growing each week." That statement is not just encouragement. It's a public declaration of trust, a signal to both the locker room and the fans that Jeudy sees a trajectory in Gabriel that is worth investing in, despite the current record. On the field, Jeudy has backed up his words with performance. Against the Jets, he emerged as Gabriel's most dependable target, finishing the game with 6 receptions for 78 yards and a touchdown. In a game where much of the offense seemed stagnant or faltering under pressure, their connection stood out as a rare highlight. It's the kind of synergy that coaches dream about when evaluating the relationship between a quarterback and his top receiver, and in a season that has been heavy with frustration, these small sparks are the moments that can sustain belief and momentum. Jeudy's ability to maintain focus and deliver in critical situations also sends a powerful message about leadership, demonstrating to the rest of the team that the young quarterback has allies who are willing to shoulder responsibility alongside him. The narrative of support from Jeudy mirrors a larger organizational stance, one that has been made clear by head coach Kevin Stefanski. There has been no hesitation, no whispers of changing course mid-season. Stefanski has publicly committed to Dillon Gabriel as the team's starter, shutting down any speculation about possible replacements or shakeups at quarterback. "Yeah, we're going to stick with Dillon," Stefanski stated after the Jets game, a statement that reflects both confidence and realism. "Obviously, this is a young player that you're always trying to get one game better, but we have to play better as an offense, we have to coach better, all the above." Stefanski's words highlight a fundamental truth in professional sports. Development is rarely linear, and the path to success is often paved with mistakes, adjustments, and the consistent support of the coaching staff and teammates alike. It's a philosophy that underscores the importance of long-term vision over short-term panic, especially when a rookie quarterback is finding his footing in a high-pressure environment. For Dillon Gabriel, the journey has been humbling. In the Jets game, he completed 17 of 32 passes for 167 yards and 2 touchdowns, a stat line that illustrates both promise and the glaring areas that need refinement. Gabriel himself has been candid about his struggles, acknowledging the frustration that accompanies moments when execution falls short despite preparation and effort. "It's always frustrating when it's not going the way you want it to and you put in the work and time, but in crucial moments you've got to have it and execute," he admitted. And we didn't. Those words are a reminder that growth comes with discomfort, that accountability is a two-way street, and that even in the midst of public scrutiny, a player's focus must remain on the fundamentals, learning, adjusting, and improving with each opportunity. What makes this situation particularly compelling is the intersection of patience, mentorship, and trust within the Browns locker room. Veteran presence and leadership in moments of adversity can make the difference between a young quarterback crumbling under pressure and one who flourishes through experience. Jerry Jeudy's public support is emblematic of this kind of leadership. It's one thing for a coach to endorse a player. It's another for a teammate to openly affirm belief in someone when the odds feel stacked against them. These endorsements create a psychological safety net, a buffer against external criticism, and an internal signal that the locker room is united in purpose, even when the scoreboard tells a different story. Jeudy's willingness to consistently target Gabriel on the field and his unwavering belief off it reinforces a critical narrative. Success in the NFL is rarely a solo endeavor. It is built on relationships, trust, and collective resilience, especially when navigating the trials that accompany a rookie quarterback's first season. Looking ahead, the Browns face a challenging stretch, including an upcoming clash with the Baltimore Ravens defense, which has been among the most formidable in the league. This matchup will test Dillon Gabriel's development, the cohesion of the offense, and the mental fortitude of the team as a whole. Yet, amid these challenges, the message from within Cleveland remains remarkably consistent: unity, perseverance, and trust in one another. The Browns are not seeking quick fixes or drastic changes. Instead, they are doubling down on the process, understanding that each game is an opportunity to grow, learn, and inch closer to potential. This approach reflects a broader organizational philosophy that prioritizes sustainable progress over reactionary moves, a recognition that the path to success is rarely straightforward, particularly when the pieces include a promising but inexperienced quarterback navigating the pressures of the NFL. What stands out most in this narrative is the human element, the story of players supporting one another in moments of adversity. Jerry Jeudy's voice, Dillon Gabriel's determination, and Kevin Stefanski's guidance converge to create a narrative that is as much about resilience and character as it is about football. The Browns' season may not be defined by wins yet, but it is being defined by the strength of relationships, the willingness to invest in potential, and the courage to maintain faith in one another despite adversity. In a league that often prioritizes immediate results and sensational headlines, Cleveland's commitment to Dillon Gabriel and the visible support from Jeudy offer a refreshing perspective that growth, trust, and unity are foundational, and sometimes, the measure of a team is not found in the record alone, but in the steadfast belief in one another even when the journey is difficult and the road ahead uncertain. As the Browns prepare for the upcoming battles, fans, analysts, and commentators alike will be watching not just the scoreboard, but the development of a young quarterback supported by teammates who believe in him. Dillon Gabriel's journey is emblematic of the challenges faced by rookies across the league, and the Browns' approach serves as a case study in patience, mentorship, and team cohesion. Jerry Jeudy's public confidence, on-field performance, and leadership off the field are more than just commentary. They are tangible signals of a team committed to collective growth, even amid setbacks. In many ways, the unfolding story in Cleveland is a reminder that football is as much about human relationships, trust, and perseverance as it is about strategy, talent, and execution. For Gabriel, the path forward will not be without obstacles, but with the unwavering support of teammates like Jeudy and the guidance of Stefanski, there is reason to believe that the foundation being laid now could yield dividends in the future. Ultimately, the Cleveland Browns' current season is a testament to the power of belief, mentorship, and perseverance. Dillon Gabriel's rookie year may be filled with trials, moments of frustration, and public scrutiny, but it is also filled with growth, learning, and the opportunity to prove himself under pressure. Jerry Jeudy's support illustrates that even in challenging times, leadership can manifest in ways that are both visible and profoundly influential. The Browns' commitment to their young quarterback, the unity displayed in the locker room, and the deliberate focus on development over instant gratification paint a picture of a team intent on building for the long term. This story is far from over, and while the scoreboard currently reflects the difficulties of the season, the undercurrent of trust, growth, and resilience suggests that the Cleveland Browns are laying the groundwork for something far bigger, something that extends beyond a single season and speaks to the enduring values of teamwork, patience, and belief in one another. In a league that can often seem ruthless and impatient, this narrative of support, commitment, and unity stands out as a reminder that progress is made not just in victories, but in the strength of character, relationships, and shared purpose that a team fosters along the way. Enjoying the content so far? Smash that like button and drop your take in the comments. We want to hear what you think about the Browns this season. Hold on to your seats, Browns fans, because the NFL rumor mill is spinning faster than ever, and the latest buzz is sending tremors through the AFC. Word on the street is that free agent cornerback Asante Samuel Jr. Yes, the same Asante Samuel Jr. whose name has been lighting up highlight reels and draft boards since his college days, has officially landed in Cleveland. The chatter started quietly, like a whisper in the locker room, but now it's hard to ignore. The Browns might just have flipped the switch on their secondary, and the term no-fly zone is back on everyone's lips. This isn't just a signing. If these rumors hold, it could be the start of something seismic for Cleveland, a city starved for defensive dominance, a city whose fans have been craving a secondary that can actually intimidate quarterbacks. The Browns have been working in the shadows, quietly reshaping their defensive identity, and landing a player of Samuel Jr.'s caliber would be like dropping a thunderbolt into First Energy Stadium. Everyone who's been watching him knows this isn't a player you just plug in and hope for the best. Samuel Jr. brings instincts, speed, and an almost preternatural ability to read the quarterback's eyes before the snap. The street talk is that this move wasn't just about stats or accolades. It was about sending a message. Cleveland isn't just trying to compete. They're trying to dominate the skies, to make life miserable for every wideout that dares cross their defensive front. And Samuel Jr., with his pedigree and relentless anticipation, seems tailor-made for exactly that role. Now, you have to imagine the kind of conversations happening behind closed doors right now. Coaches, analysts, and former players are speculating about how this impacts the Browns' coverage schemes. Some insiders are suggesting that Samuel Jr. could immediately take on the role of shutdown corner, the kind of player you see on the field and automatically know, this receiver is about to have a long afternoon. There's a reason the no-fly zone is a term that keeps surfacing. Cleveland's defense has flirted with this idea before, building around elite corners and a pass rush that can disrupt timing. But adding someone like Samuel Jr., especially in the prime of his athletic career, could transform the unit from competent to elite overnight. Rumor has it that the locker room has been buzzing with excitement, that teammates are already envisioning what it will be like to have an additional layer of confidence in the secondary. And honestly, when you think about the AFC North, with quarterbacks who are starting to find rhythm and wide receivers who think they can challenge anyone, Cleveland might just have sent a quiet but unmistakable signal. The era of open field passing in the Browns' territory might be over. The timing of this move is also generating its fair share of speculation. Samuel Jr. wasn't just a player available in free agency. He was a strategic asset. Analysts are whispering that Cleveland's front office waited for the right moment to make a splash, and now, with roster needs aligning and cap space available, they pulled the trigger. Some sources are even hinting that there were multiple teams circling him, but the Browns' pitch, play in a system designed to showcase your instincts, with a defense hungry for recognition, may have been the clincher. Imagine the mental chess at play here. You've got coordinators running through coverage rotations, playbooks being revised on the fly, and Samuel Jr. stepping in, bringing not just talent, but a mentality that could redefine how opponents approach the Browns. And don't underestimate the ripple effect this could have on other roster decisions. When a player of Samuel Jr.'s reputation commits, it forces teams to adjust. Suddenly, cornerback depth, nickel packages, and even pass rush schemes have to be recalibrated. Rumors are suggesting that the Browns could leverage this signing to attract other free agents, players who see the potential of being part of a unit that is serious about asserting dominance over the league's aerial attack. Social media has been ablaze with reactions, with fans already drafting up fantasy scenarios, imagining what the Browns' defense could look like with Samuel Jr. patrolling the secondary. Highlight reels of his interceptions, passes defensed, and open field tackles are circulating like wildfire. The narrative forming in the comment sections is almost cinematic. A young, aggressive corner arrives in Cleveland, and suddenly, the passing lanes shrink, quarterbacks start second-guessing reads, and wide receivers have to think twice before testing the no-fly zone. Some diehard fans are even claiming that this is the start of a defensive renaissance, one that could redefine Cleveland's identity for years to come. And if the buzz is accurate, the locker room isn't just excited, they're energized. Players reportedly respect Samuel Jr.'s work ethic, his football IQ, and the way he carries himself both on and off the field. These are the intangibles that don't always show up on stat sheets, but matter profoundly when you're building a cohesive, intimidating unit. The whispers suggest that veteran leaders are already rallying around him, that there's a sense of inevitability creeping in, like the team collectively knows they've just added a key ingredient to a formula that could finally click. Of course, every rumor comes with its share of skepticism. Some commentators are cautioning that signing a single free agent, even one as talented as Samuel Jr., isn't a magic wand. Injuries, scheme fit, and the chemistry with existing personnel all play a massive role in whether this buzz materializes into actual on-field dominance. But the general sentiment in Cleveland is that this is different. Samuel Jr. isn't just a piece, he's a potential cornerstone. And when you think about the kind of aerial attacks the Browns face in their division, adding a player with his speed, anticipation, and coverage skills could be the difference between finishing middle of the pack and making a legitimate playoff push. Analysts are already running film, comparing potential matchups, and speculating on how Samuel Jr.'s presence might free up safeties to be more aggressive, how it could force opposing quarterbacks to hold the ball longer, or even how it might open opportunities for more creative blitz packages. The conversation isn't just about him as an individual. It's about the seismic effect his presence could trigger throughout the entire defensive unit. And then there's the psychological component. Signing Samuel Jr. isn't just a tactical move, it's a statement. Opposing teams now have to factor in a player they know can change the course of a game with a single play. That intimidation factor alone can influence routes, timing, and quarterback decisions. There's a rumor that opposing coaches have already started game planning specifically for him, anticipating that his instinctual play style will disrupt their normal rhythm. Meanwhile, Browns fans are embracing the narrative, imagining a defense where no pass is safe, where the term no-fly zone isn't just marketing, it's a reality. It's a defensive identity, a mindset, and if the whispers coming out of Cleveland are true, it's one that could define the team's approach for an entire season. And that, folks, is where the excitement reaches fever pitch. You're not just signing a player, you're potentially altering the culture, injecting a sense of swagger and credibility into a unit that has long been seeking its own signature style. The word on the street is that Samuel Jr. is ready to step in, ready to embrace the challenge, and ready to make Cleveland's secondary one of the most feared in the league. If the rumors hold, this isn't just news. It's the beginning of a story that fans will talk about for years. The Browns may have just reclaimed the skies, and Asante Samuel Jr. is the man with the wings to patrol them. Thanks for riding with us on another Browns Blitz. If you liked the video, share it with a fellow fan, hit subscribe, and ring that bell so you're always part of the Dawg Pound conversation. Go Browns!